Good evening, warm welcome to the session. Today we are going to see various tools and technique for inventory management. Of course, those who are in the field know the difficulty of managing inventory management. So you need to have many tools at your disposal to manage inventory efficiently. Though one of the primary way of managing inventory is ABC, but that alone may not be sufficient in the current environment. So I am going to give a brief on what are all the possible tools available, but of course it is not limited to only this. You need to check your kind of organization, product, customer. Based on that, we can devise a suitable inventory control mechanism. Let me attach the screen now. There are some 10 tools and techniques available for effective and efficient management of inventory. The first one is called FSN. Okay, FSN means fast moving, slow moving, and non moving item. Here, the we need to give a special care for both these extreme. Fast moving, you need to ensure the availability of material all the time. On the other hand, the slow moving or non moving item, you should see how you can eliminate them from your stock. So, fast moving item, you need a continuous replenishment. Possibly the order quantity can be less. On the other hand, the slow moving, you have to review weekly or monthly to eliminate this item. If you start building up non-moving item, then you cannot have a budget for the other regular moving or slow moving item. And the second reason why we classify into this category is for warehouse layout, where you can keep these kind of fast moving item or medium or slow moving item. Of course, naturally the fast moving item should be easily accessible. So one of the location where we can keep this item could be near dispatch or at the entry, and you don't need to store such item. Okay, but you need to ensure that these items are always available in stock, so that this item can be made available to customer. The hidden point here is you need to investigate why the item becomes non-moving or obsolete. Find out the reason and check with the marketing whether you can dispose of such item by providing some discount or send it back to the supplier. So this is number one management tool. Of course, I have not given in the sequence. You need to identify which method is preparable for you, and you can take in that specific sequence. Second one is called VED. VED means vital, essential, desirable. This is mostly on material availability aspect. Here we are trying to see this. There is no stoppage either inside your plant or at your customer place. Accordingly, you have to mark the SKUs which are very vital, in the sense if these items are not available, then it's going to stop the production. There is going to be a major revenue or profit impact. So possibly like ABC, this could be some 10 or 15% item where there should be a focus. On the other end, you have a desirable item which may not have a major impact. Okay, maybe you have a substitute item, or there are a lot of vendors available who can deliver to you at a earliest possible time. So all your SKU you need to identify into this category like FSN. Here vital, desirable, essential and desirable. Number three is vendor managed inventory. Here also the focus is on material availability. Instead of we directly managing, we allow the vendors to manage our inventory. Okay, here it is the ownership is with the buyer, but the seller is assisting in our inventory management. Possibly sometime they will have access to our planning system. They will also release orders for themselves by our approval, and we can always set a minimum and maximum level. And here the responsibility of the supplier is to ensure all the time the material is available within the specified limit, lower and upper limit. Okay, this is one way of managing better inventory. As you see, there are some techniques for ensuring the material availability and some techniques for reducing the inventory. Possibly you can call them as a optimization tool. The next one is called just in time. Of course, here the focus is on optimizing inventory or reduction of inventory. You are ensuring this item is supplied continuously. Okay, continuous replenishment in small quantity, and there is no storage, no inverts, directly it is fed to the line. Of course, there are many organizations who have felt the benefit of using the lean mechanism. Okay, in automobile industry it is mostly essential. Okay, we were following it and there were benefits. Of course, the disadvantage could be there could be a line stoppage sometime, which one need to understand and manage. The second one is lean inventory management aims to eliminate all the waste and improve efficiency by reducing inventory level to a bare necessary minimum necessary. Okay, if you know about lean management, even inside the production the machines are arranged in a cellular format so that there is no WIP buildup. Okay, traditional organization they may have machines arranged as per the job centers, like machining will be done in some place, assembly some place, testing some place, and the distance between these work centers could be a huge distance, and thereby we are trying to build the inventory in the traditional system, whereas in the lean, if you adopt cellular concept, the WIP focus is reduced to minimum. Coming to next one, unlike VMI, here consignment inventory, you are keeping the inventory in your location, that is buyer location, but the ownership is with the vendor till you consume or use this item. Okay, the difference between VMI and consignment is here in consignment inventory, the buyer is going to keep the inventory in his premises, but the ownership is still with the supplier till you consume the item. Okay, of course, buyer is having a better benefit because it is not part of his inventory. On the other hand, it's going to be a burden for the vendor. If you ask me why still vendor has to do this way, because they want the business. Okay, they are depending on the customer. Major organization like Amazon manages their entire inventory through consignment inventory. They make with their vendor to store in their premises, but only when there is an order they consume, and the transaction payment transaction happens to the vendor. Of course, if the buyer is strong, you can enforce this. If your supplier is strong, then this may not be possible. Okay, next aspect is cross talking, especially in the distribution environment. You have a lot of vendors on one side and a lot of customers on the other side. So you are trying to match the incoming items to the outgoing vehicles, and here there should be a perfect match and the timing. Of course, you need to have a proper IT tool and also cooperation from customers and suppliers. Here, the idea is you are not going to store any item inside the warehouse. As the item is coming, you are just matching with the outgoing vehicle. Maybe the item can be stored only for temporary purpose for a temporary period of time, and this mechanism really works fine in the distribution environment. Of course, in this situation, the requirement for inventory comes down, as you are not going to store the inventory. Of course, this is in the distribution environment. The next one is called drop shipping. This also happens in the e-commerce platform. They do not touch the inventory. When the order is coming, it is directed to the vendor to dispatch directly to the customer. It doesn't go through the e-commerce platform, and even this is more like a distribution environment. This can work because Manufacturers generally they do not want to directly dispatch to the customer, but there are some manufacturer or some product where the e-commerce platform will tell them to directly dispatch to the customer. Here also there is a benefit to the e-commerce platform that they are not touching inventory, in the sense their inventory level will be much lower. It's something similar to the consignment inventory. This term is called drop shipping. Vendor ships directly to the customer, and the intermediate organization, especially the retailer or trading organization or e-commerce organization, they never touch this inventory. Next one is a order quantity. Here we are trying to match the ordering cost with the carrying cost. Okay, it's called economic order quantity. You are trying to match the inventory carrying cost to the ordering cost. Of course, in one of our previous session, we tried to see what are the carrying cost as well as the ordering cost. If you know all those parameter, you can calculate the quantity EOQ, so that whenever you place the order, you can order in the same quantity, so that you can balance both inventory carrying cost as well as ordering cost. The final one is a basic one. Possibly most of you might be following this. You are going to categorize the inventory as ABC category. Of course, this follows Pareto analysis. Also, this is called always better control analysis. You know, the 20% of the inventory item contributes 80% of the value. So you need to focus in terms of order quantity or inventory physical accuracy or replenishment frequency, or where you want to keep this item. So there are several angles to look at this ABC analysis. Okay, even warehouse layout can be designed based on this policy. Of course, there is no general solution for any one organization problem. You need to study each of the tools and technique and find out which is appropriate, and select that one. And in any situation, there is no one single tool is sufficient to manage. At least you need 7 to 8 tools to manage your inventory efficiently as well as effectively. Those who are watching live, you can always message me either in LinkedIn or YouTube. As you see in the slide, we provide training for supply chain, logistic, and procurement. Any overall or subdomain training. Also, we do training specifically like data science, machine learning, or artificial intelligence in the supply chain and logistic domain. One of our popular program is supply chain analytics. Anyone interested, you can contact our team. Finally, we also provide the training for the global certification. Okay. Any information required, you can contact in this WhatsApp number. You can fix up time to talk to me if you need any doubts or clarification. So those who are watching live, any questions, you can always type in LinkedIn comments or YouTube channel. On the other hand, you are always welcome to reach to me either for career advice or any support required. I am available to support to you. Thanks for watching. Have a nice evening. Bye.